waiting for a long, long time.
What's up, guys? So I'm just gonna give you my thoughts, ideas about the season 20. Is it worth it to play? Long story short, yes, it's worth it to play, especially for those people who are looking for something new, something exciting. Also, if you're not spending much hours of the gameplay, simply because there's new stuff coming up. This season will be the best season for the intelligence season. The last season was the best for the strength season, as we know. Crusader and Barbarian. As you remember, the last season I was playing the Barbarian. 670 hours! Yeah! Season before, the season 18, actually, I spent a little bit of playing the Witch Doctor. This is funny because that was my main character on the season 18, which means I started first. Because of those, you know, fetishes and stuff, the game was lagging a lot. I just wasn't amused by it. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what computer you're running. It's supposed to be running smoothly, right? But it's not in the case, and I think you're familiar with like the game from the beginning. Never been optimized in the proper way to be able to play like normally, I'm gonna call it. So I just decided to swap to the Wizard, which is quite funny because every season I'm playing Wizard. Like I think the first season I started that was Barbarian, and the season 19 was Barbarian, and that's it. Barbarian I was playing all the time before the seasons came out. My main character ever since in every possible game was a Wizard. My overall Wizard hours are not like super huge, but it's around like 1,000 hours. So, you know, some seasons I just play like, you know, 100 hours, some seasons I just play like, I don't know, 50 hours. Overall it's 1,000 hours, which is not like massive amount of hours. Barbarian, which is like, I played just first season Barbarian, and then I played this season, which is funny, right? It's like, well, but if you're spending 700 hours, it's like, yeah, that looks like that's my main character right now. So for me, this season, I always calling the season like main stat season. So this season is definitely the intelligence season. I don't really like the Witch Doctor already, just simply because I think will be lagging the game, because the that Spirit Barrage build is kind of like, I mean, it looks nice, but other than that, I mean, not for me. Obviously, if you like the Witch Doctor and you're so excited, just go for it. Because at the end of the day, what I'm talking here is just my, you know, own feelings, own expressions, and the stuff which you can listen to. You can take some advice from it, but not necessarily you have to follow it, right? How we are proceeding through the beginning of season 20. Season 20 is really amazing for the Wizard, just simply because we can obtain various amazing arcana, just simply to doing the seasonal quest. When we finish the seasonal quest on the season 20, we will obtain not Talrasha set. We are going to obtain amazing Where's Arcana. That's already like already win for us, so it's no brainer. We're just doing that, and then that will be our build. I'm not gonna dwell about this because I'm just gonna do the next video for the build, and I will just also add my thoughts about like what we can cube, so the Canary's cube, because as you know, friendly reminder, as you know, the next season you can cube whatever you like, but you can't stop the weapon. So what I'm so excited, say the things like what I like it the most. So firstly, for me as the main Wizard player, because you know, every season I was playing the same build all over and all over and over. And actually, I never had the feeling like I don't like it the play, because at the end of the day, I think you have to choose your main character, right? Like you playing Witch Doctor, so you just, no matter what I'm going to say, you're just going to play Witch Doctor, or whatever, you're playing Barbarian or playing Crusader, and I'm just the Wizard player. So what I like it the most in this season, firstly, nothing changed. Like for the speed farming build, is always the same, which is already great. I just get used to so much, so I don't even thinking about like any other way to playing the Wizard as a speed build. Also, this build is so powerful, so in the next season, without any changes, this build is already like really good, and you guys will be able to push like really high. So ideally will be good to augment every piece of your gear, that speed farming gear, like 100. And then my thought, you just only speed farming. When you hit 1000 Paragon, you're not doing any pushes. You have to obviously upgrade your gems a little bit, like 100 each will be totally fine, don't have to push more than that, and then you can just speed farm. And then when you hit 2000 Paragon, then you can ask yourself like, do you wanna push, you know, farther, or that's like your main point. So basically you speed farming to the point where you are happy about your Paragon. These days they usually, from the solo player perspective, supposed to be 3000 Paragon, like 3000, but obviously if you are not spending that amount of hours, for example, your goal will be 2000 Paragon. It's good to stay on T16 until you will get like 800 Paragon, so then the rest of the time you don't need to farm the more greater rift keys. You will have more than enough to basically proceed to that 2000 Paragon. If you've never done it this way, because you're just playing a little bit T16, then you're jumping into greater rift and yada 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 and so on. So believe me on that, like stay until 800. And why is that? Just simply because you're still getting like kind of lots of experience on the T16 and then you're not getting any experience. So I mean, as a good rule of thumb, how long you're supposed to stay on T16 is actually not really that hard. As long as you are getting 3 bars on your experience bar, you can stay on T16. And if you're getting less, also with the finishing the rift, like for example you're getting 2 bars, finish all the rift, and then when you're closing you're getting another bar. Overall, if you're able to get 3 bars consistently, just stay there. Honestly, don't go anywhere. Then when you notice like you are getting 2 bars, then you just swap to greater rifts and do just only speed farming. Only speed farming. And honestly guys, if you will take my advice, no brainer, not even 2 weeks of the gameplay, you have a 2000 paragon playing solo, which is great. During the speed farming process, you will find every piece of the gear for your Hydra Wizard. Wizard will be amazing this season, no doubt about this. Just simply go for it, do your T16 build, stick with it as long as you're going to hit probably 800 paragon in T16, then swap into speed farming until you hit at least 2000 paragon, and then enjoy of pushing your Hydra Wizard. Lots of people, they're trying to do, you know, pushing the greater reefs, like, you know, the paragon is not really high. If higher paragon you have, the better for you. And so for those guys who never played Witch Doctor, this is the best season ever to actually play the Witch Doctor, because Witch Doctors right now getting the trash T16 build. What that means, they will be able to clear T16 so fast, like in the blink of the eye. Maybe not not like a monks, but will be like the second fastest build. You will be enjoy. The tricky part is to the push build, the spirit barrage build. You will need to understand the build, like in the mechanics, where you can stop, when you're supposed to attack and such things like that. It just simply will be so squishy, so you might like honestly die a lot. And also, most of the time when I hesitated to play the Witch Doctor, I already mentioned that, but I want to say one more time, those builds are kind of crashing the game, and it's not all about the good computer, because like I said, when if you will have the good computer, the game never was optimized to be able to play normally. Friendly advice is like just to not picking up the Witch Doctor. But if you're bored about anything and your character never was the wizard and you don't even bother to play, you was thinking about the Witch Doctor, then it's like really good place to start with this season, and you're supposed to be excited, guys, about this actually. So as a closure, I can say like Wizard will be the thing for sure, Rand Barb will be the thing for sure, Witch Doctor is the thing for sure as well, Crusader, and for the final closure, I think this season is kind of like milestone for Diablo 3, despite the fact like they literally didn't change anything since beginning of Diablo 3 came out, but this season is like milestone just simply because they releasing some new content every season, and with this season we have a free build. Why I didn't mention the Frenzy Barb, guys, because the Frenzy Barb was trash on the PTR. I don't really know, like there will be something. But also, with that being said, if you're a casual player and you wanna test or you wanna enjoy the Barb, just go for it. Just don't listen to me because I said it's trash. It's trash. Everybody's saying it's trash, but I'm just trying to do here like some, friendly advice news or something like that. Just want to say something. At the end of the day, you don't have to listen to me. You can jump to conclusion. We can agree to disagree. It's no problem at all, guys. I think I covered everything. I hope you guys like it, and see you in the next one.
Hit that shit.